What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and this is Dead Cells, a really awesome game. So even though I'm a little late to the party, I wanted to bring it some attention because it deserves it. The game is so freaking cool. It's basically Rogue Legacy with more intense combat, more pixels, and one missing head. It's called Dead Cells. It's in early access, but it feels very refined. I'm sure there's some additions and updates and things, but so far, so very freaking good. So enjoy the gameplay, but that's not what I really wanted to talk about right now. I just kind of want to use it as background, and like I said, to give this game some props. I want to give you guys like an update and just kind of where my headspace is at, what's been going on. And it starts with the fact that I've just, it's been a weird time. I think in general, YouTube is in like a really weird spot. You know, you got the whole ad apocalypse thing going on. Some channels are basically like saying like, hey, I can no longer do this, and like, rest assured, I totally can. You know, I totally feel for, and it's awful to see people that are having to dip out or make far less content or things of that nature, or just going through tough times. You always hate to see that, and I think YouTube eventually will figure it out. Maybe not back to 100% normal, but I have to imagine that they'll get it pretty close. And in the meantime, I'm just trying to keep a positive outlook on all that. But it's weird, you know, and I feel like content is changing. I feel like when I started, there was me and two other people doing walkthroughs, and that's what everybody wanted. Everyone was like all about walkthroughs. Game walkthroughs were the coolest thing. That's what everybody wanted. It was the hotness. And now it's just kind of not. You know, in general, I have no idea what this tickle thing is. Tickle? What does that even mean? In general, what does it even mean is kind of how I feel about so freaking much. Because YouTube is just so weird. I saw a video today from a channel. It was called Poppy. Have you guys seen this? Poppy. It's this girl, and she's incredibly weird. Oh, God. I clicked off the screen. Sorry. It makes no sense. It is the weirdest kind of content you'll ever see. If you witness it, it might make your day feel a little bit strange. But totally go look it up because it's so freaking weird. And in general, I just feel like that's kind of where YouTube is right now. Like, the weirdest stuff happening, the weirdest stuff going on. People are live streaming static giveaways. People are live streaming themselves counting. I thought live streams were supposed to be like an exciting way for you to interact with fans, and like they've just turned into madness. And same with videos. Like everything is all like super in your face, super obnoxious, super weird. And maybe I just don't have the mind for that or something. I don't know. But like it is very hard for me to think of how I fit into that sort of new era of YouTube. And instead, I'm trying to figure out, like, how can I double down on what I love and what I like and what I do well to make awesome, interesting content that still appeals in today's day and world of YouTube insanity. And it's tricky, you know. Like I said, I did walkthroughs for the longest time. Ow. Ooh, that was bad. And I know that they're still beloved by some people, but in general, like, it's a very hard field because there's so many people doing it, and there's people that do it without commentary. There's people that beat the game in the first day. It's just not the same. And there's like thousands of them. So I wanted to, you know, sort of mix it up and do more stuff that I like. And rather than trying to assimilate and be just like everybody else and be like all the, you know, the comedy stuff or the crazy in your face stuff or whatever the heck is going on YouTube these days, I wanted to do more of what feels and fits right to me. You know, and I don't swear, I'm not, like, super in your face, so, like, the YouTube ad stuff, like, you know, I've seen a definite drop, a definite effect, but it doesn't affect me as much as some, because I'm pretty clean in general. So, I wanted to do all that, and then at the same time, I was thinking, you know what, my subscribers don't really have a whole lot of faith in me currently, and it's not their fault, it's my fault, because my biggest problem for years was not finishing games, and it was a humongous mistake. It was very stupid. It's something that I, you know, regret and kind of beat myself up for a lot, and I'm not proud of. And so I figured, you know what? Maybe what I should do, maybe the smartest thing to do, would be to do a couple walkthroughs, do them super well, and get people feeling good about GhostRobo and good about the channel again. And that's what I tried to do with What Remains of Edith Finch, Little Nightmares, Injustice, Horizon, and Prey. Now, Horizon and Prey didn't really go according to plan. Like I said, I'm moving again. We'll get to exactly where and why on a later video. So that's taken time, and then the anxiety stuff is just really stupid, and it's debilitating. If you have it, you understand. And so Do I want this grenade? No, I'll find something. So those series are taking longer, but I can assure you that they are going to be finished. Prey and good old Horizon will be finished. I know they've taken far too long. I'm super sorry, but they will be done because I'm committed to like not messing around anymore. If I start something, it needs to be finished, right? That's how it always should have been, and that's how it is now. So those have taken a while, but they will be done. And we got a lot of really cool stuff on the horizon. Horizon. Tomorrow, or today, depending on when you're watching this, there's a game called Perception that I can play. There's a game called Rhyme that looks really awesome. Friday, we have a Far Cry 5 big drop, and I have some stuff on that. That was super cool to see and be a part of. I have another event that I went to that has a Friday embargo. The ARMS test punches for us. There's a lot of good stuff, but it's always like, how do I cover it, right? Because the old style is just do everything via walkthrough, and the new style is like, that doesn't really work so well. And for me, it's like, okay, how do I best utilize my talents and my personality, my love for gaming in a way that is fun for people in 2017? And it's like such a tricky thing. Like literally, it is something that I obsess over daily. Like, how do I take the aspects of games I love, the things I love about gaming, and modify them? Because I think like I said, like YouTube has changed a lot, and maybe I just didn't really realize it along the way. And maybe that's why I've had some issues, like, because I didn't catch it sooner. But like before my eyes, I'm like, holy crap, people just don't want the same stuff. My channel is not in the same position it used to be in. Walkthroughs definitely are not liked as much. And what the heck do I do about it? So I really like doing sort of news analysis. I like doing some of those videos where it's like, ooh, 6 things that make Prey awesome, or, things of that sort. And I really, really enjoy that. But sometimes that stuff doesn't hit with people, and they know my channel is one thing, and so I've tried a variety of stuff. Like I've always wanted to do more vlog stuff, and so I did some of that. I made one about my recent trips and stuff, feeling like a freaking old person. I made one about my healthy eating, and those people seem to like them. You have the people that say like, oh, isn't this a gaming channel? It's like, okay, well, every other video all week was gaming. One of them isn't. I think you'll survive. But yeah, so like trying to figure out like, what the heck, do I want to do? And for a long while, like I said, I just played everything, and I just tried to get as much up. And I'm kind of realizing, you know what, maybe it's better to do more of what I love, more of what I'm passionate about. Maybe then the videos will turn out better. Maybe then they'll be liked even more. Maybe they'll be, people will sense like, wow, this guy loves what he does. And, he's not just doing what everybody else is doing. And maybe that's a good thing. But at the same time, like, I really have wanted to, like, earn back trust and prove myself and do these walkthroughs. And I don't know. It's such like there's like a million and one things going on all the time. And it's really tricky to know, like, how the heck to best approach it. And I know that there's no right way, no best way, no wrong way. But that's why it's kind of been like a smorgasbord. Like, we'll do some walkthrough stuff. We'll do some news stuff. We'll do some, I got E3 predictions coming up soon. I went and played a bunch of Destiny 2. Did like some straight gameplay. Did more of like an analysis. It's kind of up and down here and there. And there's, it's been a dead period this week. That's why there hasn't been a whole lot. Along with, like I said, just life stuff. But like it's gonna pick back up game wise because, like I said, you got Rhyme, Perception, Far Cry 5, all sorts of stuff. And E3 is less than 3 weeks away. That's my favorite week of the year. A lot of good stuff gonna be happening then. But just really been trying to figure out like, what the heck do I even post? And normally people have like a very set plan, but I've always been someone that struggles terribly with plans. And for this channel, it used to be easy because I just look at the releases and pick the walkthroughs I wanted to do and play those. And I thought I did a really good job. I thought they were really fun. I thought people liked them. And now I feel like, man, do I even do a good job? Do people even like them? Should I just, do something totally different? Should I do a mix? And like, literally, you can ask Becca, like I ask this question 5 times a day, and it drives her crazy because it's like there's no set answer, no right answer, no wrong answer. It's just more like, okay, what are you going to do? And that's kind of why I've been thinking maybe I just, try and figure out what do I love? What kind of videos do I love to make? Because I watch YouTube nowadays, and I'm like, man, so much of this stuff, like, it's not even that I think it's bad. It just doesn't appeal to me, really. And, maybe I can find some things that do appeal to me, and maybe, maybe it'll be like a new thing on YouTube, and it doesn't have to just be what everybody else is doing. But that's tricky, right? Because it's much easier just to, like, look and say, like, what do people like? I'm going to do that. But I feel like a lot of times it doesn't 100% fit my personality. And walkthroughs did really fit my personality well. They were something that really, really, really fit my personality well. And I'm sad that they just aren't as wanted or as needed anymore. And, like, that's just the way things go. You got to adjust and adapt. But I'm still working through that. And so if it seems like there's no rhyme or reason, I'm sorry. And that's why. Because, frankly, there's no rhyme or reason in my head either. And I'm trying to find that rhyme or reason, and I'm sure I will. I've done a lot of different things that are fun. Like, I've gotten to do a couple live streams with Oculus. I got to do one with Prey, and that was, like, a really different and fun thing to do, to be a part of. And I do want to live stream. That's something that I've missed doing. And, like, you want to know why I stopped doing live streams? It's because I got really, really embarrassed that I wasn't good at this anymore. And I worried tremendously about, do people even want to watch me live stream? So I would get incredibly nervous, shy. It was just a bad thing. So I kind of just, like, said, I'm going to stop that for a while because it's not going well. And maybe it was going well and I was just freaking out. That's probably how it was. That's usually how things are. You overthink and overobsess, and no one really can even sense or tell a difference. But it felt wrong to me, and that's why I stopped. But, like, I feel better about my commentary again. I feel better about a whole lot of stuff again. I don't feel perfect. Like I said, it's really tricky because my mentality with games is more like critique and analyze and figure it out. And how to adapt that to 2017 YouTube, and it's a good thing, like, I don't swear, because that really helps me out a lot in terms of, the whole adpocalypse and what YouTube wants. They're looking for more, family-friendly type content. And it's also, like, a tricky thing because it's like, how do I adapt to the times, right? Because in general, like, people want and need different things, and it's like, sometimes it's hard to really know, like, has my audience grown? Has my audience changed? Has my audience stayed the same? And, like, the kind of commentary I did before with, like, a whole lot of, rhyming and fun stuff like that, like, is that even wanted anymore? Is that, like, a thing of the past? Has everyone, like, grown out of that? This guy is really, really hard. I think we're going to kill him, though. And so, like, even figuring out, like, and I think that's, like, the dumb thing. It's like, I shouldn't even be figuring it out. I should just be doing what feels good to me, what feels right to me, what's true to me. And one thing that I've missed out on is a lot of interaction with you guys. And it's been hard because, like, I'm so uncertain of what I'm wanting to do and myself. And it's weird. Like, you do this for 6.5 years, and then all of a sudden you feel, oh, that's the tickle thing. Okay. You feel like you're just not good at it anymore. And I know that's not true, and I'm over that. I'm not like, oh, pity me. I don't feel like that at all, in any way, shape, or form. But it was an interesting thing, and so I really want to get back to interacting more. I really want to get back to doing some streams. I'd love to start, like, a comment series. I mean, a lot of you know I have Switch Force. I don't think it's a shock or a surprise to anyone that I have another channel that focuses on Switch. And we do, like, a weekly comment show there, and it's really fun. Like, we get to take all these comments from fans, questions, and obviously there everything's, like, focused on Switch, so it makes a little more sense. But I totally think it could be done here. Everything here is focused on gaming and fun, and so why not, right? I think it totally could be. So that's something I'm interested in incorporating, and, just commenting. I have not been in the comments in so long, and I know that maybe you don't think about it actively, but I'm sure subconsciously it bums people out that I don't respond to comments. So I definitely want to do that as well. And, I'm sure I will at some point get a grip on and figure out, like, okay, what kind of content can I make that is fun and also true to me and feels good and I feel good about, because my best content will be when I'm feeling good about it, and that'll be the most fun for you guys. So I'm sure that time will come soon enough. And, E3 is always a great motivating time because there's so many fun games, so much cool new stuff. It really is just a freaking great time What a time to be alive, as Drake would say. And so I'm sure there will be some new inspiration, motivation there. And my brother and Gabe are coming, and Becca's going, and it's always just like a really great time. So I'm not worried about the future. I just have felt really stuck. And there's been some things that have kind of, fallen in terms of like, not doing as much fan stuff, not doing as much live streams. And I really want to change that. And I want to change my approach because it's so typical to just be like, I'm just going to do a walkthrough, but I want to be more creative than that. I want to approach it in a way that's more unique, in a way that you're like, okay, I can get a walkthrough from anybody. I can get a freaking no commentary walkthrough. But what can I get from GhostRobo that's going to sort of set that apart? That's going to sort of be a little different. And that's kind of what I'm looking to do, is just bring a little uniqueness, bring a little more charm, bring a little, I don't know, just something that feels right. And I also want to be scheduled. I feel like regular scheduled uploads would help out a lot. I feel like that would be incredibly beneficial. I feel like people would appreciate it. And I feel like if we had a more scheduled series, it would be easier to like understand what's going on, keep track of it, and look for it, going forward. I am bleeding and dying here. But we're back at the Soul Man, so that's good. Yes. So yeah, it's tricky, right? Because like, I always struggle. Like, do I even like say this stuff, or do I try to be like perfect? I mean, I haven't tweeted in forever, and the reason I haven't tweeted in forever is because like I don't even know what to tweet anymore. I feel like I'm like freaking Mr. Clueless, because for 6 years I did one thing, and it just seems like that thing and that style, I don't know. And like, I know it's dumb to not just be me, and that's what I should be doing on Twitter, and that's what I should be doing on YouTube, but it's hard because you see all these people like making these great jokes and being super obnoxious, or being this or being that, or like, oh my god, like I feel like one of the other things that's now is like, you can't criticize anything. Like, you have to be 24/7 hype about it all. And that's not really my style. I'm more of like, hey, let's improve games. Let's talk about what can change about them, and what could be better. Like, yeah, obviously have fun with them, but what can be different? What could be better? And it feels like that's not okay. So everyone's just like, oh my god, this and this and this and this and this. And I ran into that with Destiny. I was like, okay, there's some cool stuff here. I can see what they're doing. But I felt more along the lines of hey, this is not the sequel style that we expected. And I know it wasn't alone in that. I saw some other people say that. I saw, Kotaku and some people feel that way. Giant Bomb seemed to. So, I don't know. I guess I just want you to know that I'm working through it, and that there's cool stuff on the horizon, and that I have been in just a weird spot, and I apologize for that, 'cause I feel like I say it all the time, but like, no two people are the same. Obviously, my experience of life and my experience of YouTube is going to be different than everyone else's. And I usually feel guilty and bad, like, man, why am I constantly, like, saying, like, man, I feel weird? But it's just how I've been lately. I don't know. Maybe it's just the period of life growing up. It's a tricky, weird time. And I think everybody can kind of connect with that on some level. Growing up is weird. And you change, you evolve, you stay the same. Things around you change, they evolve, they stay the same. Ooh, is this good? Blood Sword 4. Yeah, baby. Okay, I'll miss the electric whip, but this thing fires off a freaking ice ball. That's cool. That's the farthest I've ever gotten, by the way. I guess I should always play Dead Cells without thinking. And that's really kind of my own advice to myself, is stop thinking and just start doing. So we'll finish Prey. We'll finish Horizon. Get those godforsaken games right. They're both great games, too. Like, I feel double bad because it's like it's not the game's fault. It's my fault. And, I don't want to be one of those people that, wow, GhostRobo did this great YouTube thing for 6 years, and then he fell off the face of the earth. And, like, I know a lot of you probably, like, enjoy Switch Force and things like that, but, GhostRobo will always mean the most to me. It always will. It always is going to be my baby. It always is going to be the thing that I never forget. And, wow, that was a freaking lot of health. And so, goodness gracious. So, I am committed to resurrecting this thing. It pains me when people say, like, oh, this channel is dead. And it's not. Like I said, I can still do this for a living full time. I still get a ton of really cool opportunities. I still have a lot of awesome stuff happening, a lot of new cool games, a lot of great stuff. But it still pains me because it's like at one point this was like the thing I was most proud of. And I want to get it back to that level. I want everybody, you, me, all of us to be proud of it. And, you know, like I said, that was the whole freaking reason for doing some walkthroughs. Not because I really love walkthroughs or thought they would do phenomenal, but because I was like, you know what, I need to prove this to people that, hey, are you kidding me? Okay, phew, that scared the crap out of me. I need to prove to people that I'm not just like some bum that doesn't give a crap, you know? And I do. I care immensely. I care probably far too much. I overthink everything. I worry about everything. And, you know, that's why I'm always trying to find, like, what is the perfect thing I can do? The perfect style of video I can make. The perfect this, the perfect that. It's like, how about I just make some cool stuff? And I do want to put more effort in. You know, when I'm moving, there's going to be an opportunity to do some more unique things and more edited things and more multi-person things and kind of bring some more life, breathe some more life into it. I think that's good for everyone, including myself. So lots of great stuff on the horizon. Lots of very positive vibes coming your way. And, you know, I think about how, like, a lot of people, like, used to say, and one of their favorite things was, you know, your channel is so positive and so fun and so happy. And I wanna rekindle that. I wanna, you know, YouTube ad apocalypse, things aren't, you know, monetizing, whatever. As long as I'm still able to, you know, make a difference or, you know, be at least at some level be needed here, like that's important. Because for a while I felt like maybe like no one just really, GhostRobo was just kind of a thing of the past. And, you know, that's a horrible way to feel, a horrible thought to think, and I don't really want to think that or believe that, and I don't think it's true. It's just like in those moments where you worry, you know, your brain takes control, and, you know, you're just very, very afraid. But, you know, I think it's totally possible to still be me and still be 2017 approved. You know, it's a weird place. It's a weird time, I guess you could say. But I totally think, oh, that's so sick looking. I totally think that we can do it. And I totally think that we're going to. Oh, wow, and I'm dead. Holy crap, that's a lot of cells and a lot of stuff, and I just died. So I think that's enough talking for now. Otherwise, this video could be 50 minutes. But yeah, I just want to update you. Stay tuned for awesome E3 stuff. A lot of goodness coming your way Friday. And then tomorrow/today as well with Rhyme, Perception. Really good things. Hopefully really good things. I don't know, maybe the games will suck, but I hope they're good. So yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/GhostRobo. Stay tuned for all that stuff. I do appreciate you guys' support so much, those of you that have been here through thick and thin, from the beginning, through all of my weird periods, which, you know, are far too often, through my not finishing games, through my trying to finish games, through whatever the heck is happening. You guys are really cool. And sometimes I forget that there's cool people because all you look at and see sometimes are like, this is terrible, where's this, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, nope, there actually are like 95% really cool people. And it's just the loudmouths that are really annoying. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I love all of you. And until next time, drink so much hot. Thanks again for watching. And we'll see you all later.